Hello, hello everyone. Hope you all are doing good, and we'll continue with today's lecture. Today we'll be talking about meningitis, uh, which is one of the uh, infections which is transmitted through respiratory tract. So yes, meningococcal meningitis. It is an inflammatory response to bacterial infection of the leptomeninges and subarachnoid space. It is also known as cerebrospinal fever. It is an acute communicable disease. It can also be life threatening and it is easily prevented by vaccines. So, first description was given during Geneva outbreak in 1805 by Bissex. Neisseria meningitis was identified as an causative agent in 1887. Previous outbreaks in India took place in Delhi 1966, around 600 cases. 1985 to 86, also in Delhi, 6,000 cases. And in 2005, we had 214 cases. Sub-Saharan Africa, they got cyclic epidemics. They also have a meningitis belt in Africa. And Saudi Arabia during Hajj pilgrimage in 2005 also experienced a meningitis outbreak. Several bacteria cause meningitis like Haemophilus influenzae, Neisseria meningitidis, Streptococcus pneumoniae, Group B Streptococci, Listeria monocytogenes. Neisseria meningitidis organism responsible for epidemics. Neisseria meningitidis is a gram-negative aerobic diplococci. Cultural characteristics, they grow on enriched media, weak hemolysis on blood agar. Classified based on capsular antigenicity. The known serogroups are A, B, C, D, likewise till W135, X, Y, Z. ABC, W135, and Y, they cause 90% of the cases and also they cause epidemics. Modes of transmission, they can be spread through droplet infection, entry through nasopharynx, direct contact by oral contact, sharing glasses or cigarettes. An incubation period range is 1 to 10 days and average is 3 to 4 days. Person is infectious in incubation period. Pathogenesis, meningococcal infection, it can cause meningitis or fulminant meningococcemia. That means the meningococci, they go into the blood and they affect all the organs, causing sepsis. Meningococcal infection, colonization of mucosa of respiratory tract, transfers mucosa, submucosa, they multiply in the bloodstream. Uh, there is a meningococcemia, petechial infections, hemorrhages, and in the bloodstream, they after going to the bloodstream, they seed local sites, meninges or joints. So this is the way the infection spreads. In the meningeal epithelium, inflammatory response, it leads to the breakdown of blood-brain barrier and accumulation of purulent exudates. The blood-brain barrier, when broken, causes edema, coagulation, and thrombosis in the brains and cerebral infarction. Accumulation of purulent exudates, they block the CSF pathways. There is an increased intracranial pressure. Okay. Yes. The fulminant meningococcemia, development of DIC, thrombosis of small and mid-sized arteries, and peripheral necrosis, hemorrhagic skin lesions, petechiae or purpura. So these are the different hemorrhagic lesions, petechiae, purpura. This is a necrosis of peripheral digits, and this is the hemorrhage and swelling of the feet. Clinical manifestations, it can present as pyogenic meningitis. Meningitis is meningococcemia and meningococcemia without meningitis. So these are the different photos of meningococcal meningitis, post-mortem pictures of brains. Clinical manifestations, prodromal stage, there is fever, malaise, vomiting, and lethargy, which can lead to either meningitis or septicemia. Meningitis, severe headache, neck stiffness, Photophobia, drowsiness, abnormal responses to the stimuli, and impaired consciousness, death due to central nervous system failure. And septicemia can lead to rash, tachycardia, tachypnea, cyanosis, cold hands and feet, oliguria, joint and muscle pain, hypertension, and the death is due to cardiovascular system failure in case of septicemia. The meningitis and septicemia, they can both be seen in some patients. Infants, there is fever, possibly with cold hands and feet, refusing feeds or vomiting, high pitched moaning cry or whimpering, a dislike of being handled or treated, neck retraction with arching of back, which is a sign of neck stiffness or a sign of meningitis, blank and staring expression, child is difficult to wake and lethargic and pale, blotchy complexion. Common symptoms in children or adults are stiff neck, headache, fever, vomiting, light sensitivity, drowsiness or confusion, joint pains, and fatigue or fits. The complications can be divided into early and late complications. Early complications are seizures, raised intracranial pressure, hydrocephalus, cerebral venous thrombosis, cerebral edema, and hemiparesis. And late complications can be communicating hydrocephalus, deafness, cranial nerve palsies, and mental retardation. Investigations can be done like examination of CSF, culture of CSF, that is cerebrospinal fluid, gram staining of CSF, which can lead to the meningococcal bacteria can be seen, and serological testing to detect antigen and antibody. Pathogenesis, complete recovery with prognosis, complete recovery with treatment. Mortality, in treated cases, it is as less as 13%, 1-3, and in untreated cases, it can lead to 60 to 80% mortality, and rest of the cases, untreated cases, can lead to serious post-infection complications. Poor prognostic factors are shock, coma, age more than 60 years, rash, petechial hemorrhages, low leukocyte count, anemia, and thrombocytopenia or pancytopenia. Cases can be sporadic, epidemic, or focal outbreaks. It is almost endemic in India. Meningitis belt is seen in sub-Saharan Africa, 5 to 15 degrees north, and cyclic epidemics are seen in this meningitis belt. Saudi Arabia outbreak during Hajj pilgrimage was seen in 2000, also seen in tropical regions of Asia, Europe, and America. So this is the meningitis belt which we were previously talking about. Areas outside the meningitis belt with epidemics of meningococcal meningitis during 2000 and 2004 are shown in red dots. So this is the meningitis belt 5 degrees north. Prevalence in India, in Andhra Pradesh, there were around 3,000 cases and 36 deaths. Madhya Pradesh, 1,000 cases and 6 deaths. And in Maharashtra, there were around 400 cases and 100 deaths. In India, so Andhra Pradesh, and white bars are number of cases, and red are depicted as deaths. So this is meningococcal meningitis cases: China, India, Spain, United States, and Chile. Epidemiology, agent factors, serogroup, decreasing order of virulence, A, B, A, C, B, W135, and Y. That means A is the most virulent, followed by C, followed by B. Delicate organism, they cannot withstand heat or cold. So when the host and pathogen they come in contact with the favorable environment, so there is the formation of meningitis disease. Host factors, susceptible hosts are children above 3 years of age, young adults, asplenia or splenectomy patients, HIV positive cases, and disrupted respiratory mucosa in case of viral infections or smokers. Environmental factors are dry and cold months, overcrowding, also schools, barracks, and camps can lead to the infection, low socioeconomic status, and overcrowded housing and slum areas or urban slum areas. Prevention, levels of prevention are primary and secondary. Primary prevention, we have immunization, mass chemoprophylaxis, environmental measures, and secondary, we have treatment of cases, contacts, and carriers. Yes. current. So the secondary prevention is the treatment of cases and carriers. Primary prevention immunization is advised for high risk population and travelers to endemic areas, Hajj pilgrimage, and for Asplenia patients. Vaccines available against serogroups A, C, W135, and Y. Vaccines can be monovalent or polyvalent. Single dose immunity lasts for 3 years, and contraindications are pregnancy, infants, and children less than 2 years. Mask remove prophylaxis is used during epidemics. It in closed communities under medical supervision and efficient in decreasing number of carriers. Environmental measures to be taken are to improve standard of living, to prevent overcrowding, and to improve housing standards. Secondary prevention can be done by treatment of cases and carriers. Cases should be treated within 2 days, uh, which saves 95% of the life. Drug used are penicillin, rifampicin, or cephalosporin. Carrier states uh, can lead to failure to control the spread. So the carriers, they are the infected people who don't show any signs or symptoms of the disease, but they are infected. That means meningococcal bacteria are there inside them, and they can be infectious to other susceptible people. Rifampicin is the drug of choice to treat the carriers, and contacts are at increased risk of developing disease, and rifampicin is the drug of choice for contacts also. So the drug and dosages for rifampicin oral for children less than 1 month, 5 milligram per kg body weight every 12 hourly for 2 days. Children more than 1 month, 10 milligram per kg every 12 hourly for 2 days. And for adults, 16 milligram every 12 hourly for 2 days. 600 milligram, sorry, adults, it is 600 milligram every 12 hourly. Ciprofloxacin dosage for adults is 500 milligram given in a single dose. Ceftriaxone, children less than 15 years, 125 milligram given in a single intramuscular dose. Children more than 15 years and adults, 250 milligram given in a single intramuscular dose. Ofloxacin oral, adults, 400 milligram given in single dose, and azithromycin, 500 milligram given in single dose to the adult. Okay, so that's all regarding the meningitis infection, its epidemiology, and the basic prevention and treatment. Uh, if you have any doubt, you can directly message me. Okay, yes, and take care.